Tinubu is desperate to come back for second term. Either Nigeria votes him or not, he will find his level.
We are worried about the fact that we see clearly that our government is bent on winning by all means.
And this can cause political crisis. Nigeria can stand still because of this.
If it was the Sultan, which is the spiritual head,
would they have insulted him?
You think so?
They would have.
Representatives from the Roman Catholic Church in Nigeria visited the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the response has generated a lot of heat. I mean, some are saying, why? How dare the cardinal or the bishop, how dare the representative of the Roman Catholic Church discuss the private talk they had with the president? I don't think there's anything secretive about it, but then it's called freedom of speech, right? Anyone can react. But if you are operating under the capacity or in the capacity or in the office of the presidency, you should know that your words must be measured. Some might even say politically correct. So we have the Roman Catholic representatives reacting, and we also have Rotimi, of course, opposition, reacting. Every opposition is reacting, particularly those who are Roman Catholics, and of course those who are not Roman Catholics. We'll be going deep into this matter, as it seems that something is about to happen. You heard what Primate Ayodele Elijah said. What exactly is going to happen in the next couple of months? Let us find out.
Your key area is security or quality of life. I can tell you categorically, now with sincerity, that the country has been placed on sound footing. Sound footing. The economy has recovered. The alarm for bankruptcy, the dark tunnel of uncertainty that we entered into when I came in has changed. The spirit of the people and the economic tunnel that we've been passing through is now clearer. The economy is recovered and safe from bankruptcy. Yes, I always say, because of my background, the profession, and the belief that I inherit the asset and liability of my predecessor. I so did. And I've been running with it. But this government has stabilized, and there's prosperity on the horizon. The quality of life is improving. Yes, before I was born, there was a hunger in this country. And I have no control of the population development of Nigeria, trajectory. And that is why you have membership in your various faiths and churches, to give hope to people. The security, I go back to that. I've just approved the expansion of the Nigerian Army and the armed forces. You know, I don't run away from what I inherited. I inherited the challenges. Am I doing something about it? Yes. I can tell you I'm doing something about it. And there will be resources to equip them, build new barracks, build stations, arm them, and defeat terrorism. And it should go as part of your sermons.
We are worried about the fact that we see clearly that our government is bent on winning by all means. And unfortunately, they have a lot of means at their disposal to win. And they are deploying all those means in a way that eventually, even if we had a free and fair election, the votes of the people may not count.
Did the Catholic bishops feel disrespected by the remarks made by these spokespersons? Were you disrespected?
Persecution is what you get when you preach the good news. And you don't stop because you are being persecuted. How can Nigerians be abandoning their country? And the president and the leadership, a political leadership, is saying, let us manage, things are hard everywhere. That is not why you are there. You are not just a political leader. You have also a moral responsibility to address the issues of countries. And if you say it's overwhelming, then resign.
The presidency has faulted the Archbishop Emeritus of the Catholic Archdiocese of Abuja, Cardinal John Onaikan, for publicly disclosing details of the closed-door meeting, describing the comments as inappropriate and a breach of the confidentiality expected of such high-level engagements. When you saw the statements released by the spokespersons attached to the presidency, how did you respond?
If people who work for the presidency or work for government or work for even other institutions peddle in lies, in pretense, in fiddling while Rome burns, in not giving good advice, it doesn't turn out good. And to act like an attack dog for great people who are patriotic for our country is something that is not only unfortunate, it is a disgrace. And it's not about defense, it's about listening. People in positions of power must listen, and listening makes you stronger. And we don't say he's not doing well. He is doing his best. But sometimes you do your best and it's still not enough. And the enormity of the challenges of a modern society is so much for one person to solve. But government cannot say, because I'm doing well, I've done it, or don't tell me anything.
A meeting you tagged private, you published some snippets and pockets of commentaries from the president. Is it still private, or don't Nigerians allowed to know the details and context of that meeting?
First of all, a meeting between the bishops and the president was aired by television. NTA was there, other television houses were there. The discussions held are not, it's not like a confessional. And going to speak about the issues of the nation, we are there in public. What is the secret? Insecurity, is it a secret? The educational imbalance, is it a secret? The fact that the economy is very low, is it a secret?
What is the conversation? What are their concerns following the feedback? What are the Catholic bishops saying? How are they reacting to this presidential conversation?
I must laugh because the matter of truth is so objective. Truth is out there. You don't need to have an emotion about truth.
So we have this religious war that has been evoked by this remark, saying that the Catholic bishop spoke for Catholics and not for Christians. Daniel Bwala said that alongside saying that this is political and, trying to imply that this is because of his stance.
Mr. Bwala is someone you cannot take serious. Unfortunately, that's the correct thing. The Association of Christians of Northern Nigeria yesterday made a very, very powerful statement denouncing him, denouncing his statement, and denouncing his attempt to divide the Christian body. It is already in the news. When truth is said, it has nothing to do with, is it a Muslim who said the truth? Is it a pagan who said the truth? Truth is truth.
What must Mr. President do now to ensure that the Catholics do not become victims, so to speak, as they've been labeled now? The Catholics are supporting, the Catholics are, what must the president do now?
So what the president must do is to listen to good advice and have the courage to act accordingly. What the president must do is to sack people who are around him, who tell him lies and who give him bad image. What the president must do is to assume the moral authority.
If it was the Sultan, which is the spiritual head,
would they have insulted him?
You think so?
They would have.
If the Sultan had confronted the president
is it the first time? Today, in the mosque, there are people preaching about what is happening in the government. Are they being insulted? We are being insulted because we are Christians.
A lot of the times we've seen how religion and ethnicity have played a major role. Divided our country, divided our people, caused enmity in our nation.
You know me very well.
How can we manage such that some of you politicians don't further divide our country with religion and ethnicity?
You know me very well. You know that I don't believe in ethnicity. You know that I don't believe in religious differences. I believe if you come to my house, I'm a Christian. There's a place for the Muslims to worship because I have Muslim staff. I will show you in there you come to my house. And by the right-hand side is a chapel for the Christians to worship. And you worship your God and leave me to worship my God. I believe in that, but don't insult my God. There's a saying in my village that please carry your God with two hands so that when anybody sees you reverencing your God, they will help join you to reverence the God. Yeah. But if you hold your God and you're throwing him up and down, when people come, they will do the same.
So your problem is not with Bola Tinubu, but it's with Daniel Bwala's
all of them.
When you say all of them, what do you mean?
From President Bola Tinubu to his aides. How can the president say that?
How can they remedy? If you think that they offended the Catholic Church, how can they remedy it?
Well, do I look at somebody working in President Tinubu's government? The more,
but you feel offended. You think your faith is hurt?
He's sending out more attack dogs against the church. He has no respect and regard for the Catholic Church, and I think they have no respect and regard for the Christian faith.
Does that have
vision? It's what I believe in. I believe in God through our Lord Jesus Christ. So when a group of people who are not Christians get up and insult my faith, then I must get up to defend it.
Do you think there has been an insult?
Of course. When you look at the bishops of the Catholic Church and insult them.
A cardinal. No, because in the hierarchy of things. So let's so that we can let Nigerians know who Cardinal Onayekon is.
I'll come to Cardinal Onayekon. Let me tell you first. The bishop, most bishops are equivalent to a governor of a state. And I'll tell you why. The bishop of the Catholic Church in Port Harcourt Diocese covers the entire River State. The entire Catholics in River State, in every village in River State. What does the governor of River State cover? The same thing, he covers the entire River State. So when you meet a bishop, ecclesiastically he covers every place in River State. Then there are so many of such, like the Bishop of Sokoto. The same thing, he covers the entire Sokoto state. Now you look at him and you insult him because he has come to see the president. Look at the president's statement. A president of a country tells the country all is fair in politics. So if a thug takes a gun and shoots me where I'm voting, it's fair.
I'm not sure that was what exactly that he meant. He said he won't lay for you in opposition, he won't lay the red carpet. He will slug it out with you.
That's later. Before then, he said all is fair in politics. I just listened to him now. All is fair in politics. You know, I read literature. The moment a writer concludes his writing, any other statement he makes is interpretation. He has the right to interpret his books. I have the right to interpret his books. So when the president has said to you, all is fair in politics, when the Catholic Church is crying about the possibility of having an election that may not be fair, what the president needs to do is to reassure the country. APC and PDP and ADC, they will slug it out in an even field. It will be a free and fair election. Let the best team win. That will reassure Nigerians.
We come to the meat of the matter, because the reason why the bishops and the leadership of the Catholic Church in Nigeria went to the president, they said it's about the hardship in the country, the state of the nation, and some of the issues that are concerning, including how fair INEC could be, which of course the president plays a defense for INEC. But one of the issues that the presidency in their statement has with the church or with Cardinal Onayekon is that it's a privilege that you have an audience with the president, and whatever that is discussed is in privilege. And you do not go out to extrapolate.
Did the Catholics record what you showed now on channels? Did the Catholic Church record? If it was private, did the Catholic Church record it?
Do you think Cardinal Onayekon should have made extra commentary about...
Every public meeting with the president is public. The moment you bring in cameras, it's no longer private. I was once in the presidency. If the president wants a private meeting with you, there will be no cameras. Nobody will record you. No other person will be in the meeting. It will be between you and the president. The president will say, gentlemen, this is a private meeting. The moment you allow pressmen into that meeting, it's no longer private.
So it was all right for Cardinal Onayekon to
completely all right. There's nothing...
He said the president was not going to listen. And that no matter what the president looked like he was adamant that he was going to win the election by all costs. These, without, not quoting him verbatim, but I mean, that's in the inference that he made.
You see, what I tell people, let the president continue to tell the public like he will win the election at all costs until we get to the field. Whatever the president wants us to do at the field, we will do it at the field. So for me, I'm not worried about what he wants to do. Whether he will wrestle, he won't wrestle. We will meet at the field. We will meet there.
Welcome back. Now, there is this talk all over that the bishops, cardinals, representative of the Roman Catholic Church that visited Bola Tinubu, in their capacity, they can be said to be governors of the Roman Catholic Church or of the Vatican City. They are more or less the ambassador to the Roman Catholic Church in whichever country they are situated. For those who do not know, the Vatican is more like a state of itself in Italy. But that being said, many also do not know that the Roman Catholic Church, before it became what it became, they operated like a country of their own aside the religion, which is the Roman Catholic faith, the Catholic faith. Now, does that mean that representatives or ambassadors of the Vatican City can, do and undo? No, not at all. But let us remove the religious sentiment. If it were the Sultan of Sokoto, if it were the whatever representative of the Caliphate of the North or whatever, would they have said this? Oh, maybe Christians are a little bit lenient. That's why such could be said. Oh, Muslims are more aggressive and maybe violent. So therefore, maybe the representative of the government, the Ononuga, whoever, would have spoken a little bit cautiously so as not to receive backlash. Let us remove all of this out of it. The thing is this: Bola Ahmed Tinubu, just like what the primate said, will not in any way bow easily. In fact, Bola Ahmed Tinubu will not bow. We saw his ruggedity, his ruggedness, and how he became the president of Nigeria. So, for those who are thinking Bola Ahmed Tinubu will bow or he will chicken out, they should go and get themselves some kind of medication. He's not going to bow. It is going to be. It has always been a do or die affair. Even the ex-president, military head of state, Obasanjo, he said it's going to be a do or die affair. So he's not going to bow out. He's not going to say, oh, Peter Obi is being talked about, oh, ADC, DDC, Shore. He said, in all, it is all fair. In politics, everything is fair. Like, you do me, I do you. Let us all meet and fight it to finish. Let's slug it out. We will, whichever tactics, whichever operations, whatever it is that you know or you have, use it. I will use mine. Now, we all know that the umpire, which is INEC, and the CJN, these are two major decision makers when it comes to elections, particularly the presidential elections. And we all know who appoints them. Aside them being ratified by the Senate, we all know who is the major backbone of whatever appointment. Look at the time of late Buhari. He quickly removed the CJN when he realized that this CJN could cause him whatever. He quickly took that person off and brought one Sharia man there. Why? To secure. Should there be any problem with INEC? Let's say INEC says, oh, Buhari, you didn't win. And Buhari says, I win. Everything will have to be tabled. The CGN will look at, and they will take it to the court, whatever. So, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he did what he knows how to do best. Basically, this is what the Roman Catholic will also do. They did so as to gain traction, to be influential. What did Bola Ahmed Tinubu do? He made sure that majority of the governors in Nigeria decamped from their party. And now the Roman Catholic Church is saying, we do not want a one-party system. Of course, we don't want a one-party system, but I need them to also know that all of these people are the same. Either one party, two party, three party, they are one and the same. Parties are simply a vehicle for them to transport whatever ambition to wherever they want to transport it. It's not as if these guys have any clear-cut ideology like Labour Party, this is what they stand for, African Union, this and that. No, these guys, they just create a party, no ideology. They just need it as a vehicle to transport them to wherever they want to get to. So is that what we are saying here? One party system. Yes, it's not a good thing. It's good to have opposition, but these guys are the same. PDP is not different from APC. APC is not different from ADC, NDC, Labour. They are all one and the same. If not, why would Peter Obi jump from one party to the other and the other? It's like someone saying, today, I'm a science student. Tomorrow, I'm into art. Tomorrow, next, I'm into accounting. That's what parties should be. Not just a place you jump in and out. If that party does not support your ideology, if it is not what it is, you don't go there. You can't even go there. A Republican cannot go and become a Labour. Or a Democratic. Because where you align is quite different. And if you have to, then you have to make it clear. These are my convictions. Anyway, it is what it is. Once again, like I said, we have a lot on our hands. And the Roman Catholic representatives, they've said we do not want a one-party system and that the government is not doing enough to manage the insecurity and the hunger in Nigeria, which I agree to. I so much agree to this. It is true that the government is not doing enough as it should do to tackle these challenges and these problems that Nigerians are experiencing. Yes, Bola Ahmed Tinubu came up with certain policies and certain ideas that cannot be sustained with the present anguish and situation that Nigerians have been forced into over time. What they need is a reprieve. They need some extra. They need they need their lives to be better. When their life now becomes better, then you can start talking about you want to introduce tax, you want to extort this. Yes, there's nothing wrong with tax. There are certain leakages here and there. Of course, they said, oh, if you are earning this amount, this and that, and of course, the issue of the fuel subsidy, it costs a lot of. We do understand that certain people, it's difficult for the government anyway, but they need to do better. Certain persons will buy fuel at a subsidized amount and go and sell it in Cameroon and make profit for themselves. Can you imagine? Do you know that those oil tankers, owners of it and drivers, some of them are the ones that now became the dealers. They now started having companies of their own because they've acquired a lot of money and they understand the business. So the government should tackle those people, deal with them, punish them, not the citizen. Citizens are hungry. Life is so expensive. It's so difficult. One would even wonder how people are surviving. It is difficult, extremely difficult. The cost of food, and that's basically microeconomics. That is the exact thing that majority of people look at. They don't care about the metrics. They don't care about the indices. They don't want to even know how the algorithm works. Oh, what is the Minister of Economy, Minister of this and Finance? What algorithm are they? What technology are they? They just want things basically. That's what they want. So life is difficult. And what would Bola Ahmed Tinubu say? Say before he was born, there is hunger in the land, and he cannot control the number of children that one chooses to bear. And that's also one thing again. We need to educate ourselves too. A poor man and poor woman will have 12 children, hoping that one of them will break into fraud and become rich or become a lawyer or a doctor, stuff like that. It's crazy, really, that mentality. Look at Bola Ahmed Tinubu himself. How many children does he have? Home and abroad, known and unknown. I don't think they are up to 20. And he has the capacity, the resources to have 1 million children if he wants to. But why is he not having it? Why then is it that Emeka, that Amara, that Bayo, that that Hausa man there, that Fulani Muhammad, that Efik Bibio, yes, that Edo woman that has nothing. Why then do you have 15 children? Why? So all of these things needs to be tackled, and I am in support of the Roman Catholic representatives who did what we expect them to do. They did what they expected to do, to come tell the country there's nothing to hide. There are cameras there, so there's nothing like secret meeting. Why should there be a secret meeting? What? Maybe they are simply responding to or reacting as per in the capacity, like, oh, you guys are representatives not just of religion, you guys are ambassadors of the Roman Catholic Church. It's just like Donald Trump or the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom comes to see Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the next thing he goes and start talking. This is what we discuss. There are private talk, but there's nothing private about it. It should be laid bare. That's the truth of it. What are your thoughts? What do you think about Amechi and what you have heard?